social media training from Lizzie, which has been absolutely incredible, amazing. You can find all of the recordings from each and every weeks of Tribe Time. You can find them in the Tribe Time message thread, or you can also go to Tribe Timers Facebook group, and they're always posted there as well. Tribe Time started about, 7 or 8 years ago now, Sybil? We are one team, just basically a leadership call. Every week we bring on special guests, we do business training and leadership, and we're just here to help and serve each and every one of you. So I'm going to open my chat so I can see things that come through. First of all, will you all please give Kathy Coover some love for being here today, Kathy. You look more beautiful and radiant than ever. Super excited to have you. For those of you, is there anyone here at all that doesn't know who Kathy is? Because of course, everybody knows Kathy. So I'm like, I don't think we really need to do a big bio or a big introduction. She's been married to the love of her life, Jim. How many years now, Kathy?
40.
40 years. And her amazing son, Eric, was business partners with them for quite a while, which I know was part of the highlight of her business journey with isagenix. I have some questions that I'm going to be asking Kathy. If you do have a question that's like a burning desire, put it in the chat and we will try to get to it, but I'm not exactly sure because we have quite a bit to cover today. Kathy, thank you again from the bottom of my heart. For those of you that want to see Kathy big, you can click the view button at the top right of your screen and you can put it on speaker view so you don't see the whole gallery. You can just see Kathy speaking. Well, thank you. Thank you again for being here. I really am grateful. I feel like you always just try to make it work out whenever I ask you to do these calls, or she's even come and spoken in person at my Women in Leadership event with the Chandler Chamber before, which everybody absolutely loves. So Kathy is just such a servant leader, just has such a heart of gold, and I'm so forever grateful for you, Kathy.
Oh, thank you.
So we're going to start with isagenix and what inspired you to start isagenix, and what was the original vision behind it? And did that vision change at all through the years?
Well, everything evolves, but we started isagenix in 2002, but it was really the 6 months before that we were really masterminding the whole of what isagenix would look like, what the culture would be like, what the people would be like, what the products would be like. And, John Anderson contacted us and wanted Jim and I to be part of his company because of our experience in business and in network marketing. So when we met with John, he was, John has just got such great energy and so enthusiastic about his products and what he believes. And he's infectious. And so he really encouraged us, Jim and I, to come out of retirement. We had been in the profession for quite a while and we were a little bit burned out. And so we took a little bit of a break. But John inspired us to come in. And when he told us he wanted to create no compromise products that people would really get attached to and would really make an impact on their health and other people's health, we got really excited, and we sat around a table with 7 people masterminding what the company would look like. And, it just all came into place very, very quickly. And what I can tell you is our vision really was to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process create one of the largest health and wellness companies in the world. And that was our vision to start. And, it evolved as all businesses evolve. Isagenix is 22 years old, and evolution is really important to the business development of any company. And so we started masterminding, what that would look like. And he came up with a 9-day system, and then we evolved to a 30-day system. And then when Eric joined us in 2009, he had, a different perspective, than we did. And, his vision too was to, of course, to impact world health, but really to be a company that was most respected and trusted company ever. And we really locked arms with him and his vision and added that to our vision. And the magic started happening. And, we started with 7 employees. And, and we grew to over 700 employees at our height. So it's quite a ride. It was one of the best experiences of my life. It truly is. And I truly believe that isagenix will, keep evolving and keep growing. And because of the amazing leaders we have, and so many people need what we have right now. They desperately need it. Many people are struggling. I see it every single day. And we really have the answer to people's health challenges, and we have the answer to their finances, if they're willing to take a look and share this amazing opportunity with people. And that's the fun part, is sharing it and really getting passionate about it and watching the results of other people. For me, it was personally, that was really got me excited. So, it's what we make it, what we make isagenix. And you can see what's going on in Montreal. I mean, I think they had over 550 people at their event this weekend, and it just goes to show you that someone can start out from scratch right now and really do it. But they got to do the work, and but we have everything available for people to do the work. So
absolutely, and you've created such a beautiful culture within isagenix and within the leaders, and even like all the way up to all of our corporate staff with Sharon as our CEO. It's just, we're also grateful for that. And I actually joined isagenix right when Eric did. So that was kind of fun. Actually, I was a couple months, I think, before him, and then him coming on board was just so exciting. So
it was exciting. It was very exciting.
I know that every business has its challenges, and I would just like to ask you if you could share just what were some of isagenix's biggest challenges that you faced while building isagenix into the very successful wellness company that it is today.
Oh, there's lots and lots of challenges, but first of all, it was really the big obstacle we came up with in the beginning was John Anderson's health. He was type 2 diabetic, and his health was really concerning because his kidneys were failing, and so that was a big concern when we got a call from his attorney that he might not make it. But the good news, he made it. He had a kidney transplant that was given to him by his daughter, and he went on and lived a very healthy life. He did pass away from an aneurysm, but the health challenges were a challenge. So Jim and I acquired the company in 2005, and really, Bethany, we put everything we had on the line for the company, to acquire it. And we felt we would pay the debt back in 6 years. We paid it back in less than a year because we were able then to build the infrastructure and the people and the processes to take the company to the next level, which was very exciting. And we started bringing in some real talent that helped, brought in new ideas, and we all learned from each other. So that was back then. And then, of course, I think it was 2008, maybe, when we changed from, some of you might remember, we changed from a Unix platform to a Microsoft platform. And that was very painful. I know Rhonda Collier will remember it because, she would be texting me all the time. But we had to change from one platform to another platform. So that was a huge challenge. But we made it through it. And then, we just kept growing and growing. And then really finding the right leaders, that have the right values. We had a lot of people come and go in the beginning, and they just didn't fit into our culture, and so they left, and it was probably a good thing, but the good ones stayed. And so finding the right leadership that had the core values that we had, that the company had, was really important to us. And then developing those leaders was so important, and growing them to, really be able to maintain and manage these organizations and do it with integrity. Integrity is one of our biggest values, and it's so important. It's so important to any company, and the corporate culture is so important too. And then, of course, we've had so many challenges. We had rapid growth. My gosh, I remember just getting up on stage and going in 2013, 2014, 2015, that rapid growth, growing, 40 to 60% every year. How are we going to maintain that? How are we going to have a big enough office to manage all these things, product development? So that was, an interesting time, but it was a fun, exhilarating time. I'm telling you, rapid growth is fun. It really is. And then opening up our international markets. I mean, we wanted to grow organically in the Asian markets because we felt our products would really impact a lot of these people. That organic build, was really important in conjunction with the opening of China. So we opened up, Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, and places like that, Hong Kong, Vietnam, all these places, Korea, and that was, the real challenge was we couldn't open China, and so all the Asian markets were dependent on China because they planned to take the products across the border, and we did things right. There's a lot of companies that go into China that are really, asking for it. I mean, because network marketing is illegal in China, but you can acquire a company over there. So, I mean, it's a lot of information. But anyway, that was a challenge. And then, then we opened Korea, and I had 40,000 applications, pre-applications before we launched. And it was probably, I thought it was going to be the biggest launch ever in our history of an Asian market. And then, of course, COVID hit. And, the Asian market, they do belly to belly, face to face. They do things differently. So that was a real challenge because we had to close down those international markets, which were very, very expensive because we couldn't operate there because of COVID. It didn't work. So that, and then COVID in itself presented so many challenges because we lost contact with our leaders. And then a lot of the moms, that were working part-time had to go home and take care of their children. They came home from school. So that was really probably the biggest challenge we had was the COVID debacle and people not wanting to work, anymore, and the government subsidizing people, and they made more money getting the subsidy versus working for isagenix. So, but now we have a huge opportunity. I mean, with inflation being so high, the prices of houses, everything, people are looking for extra income. And I know, Bethany, you see it every day. I mean, people are just struggling. I see families. I mean, usually if you made $100,000 income a year, you were doing great, but not now. You got to make almost $250,000. I mean, it's just so expensive, especially if you have children, putting them through school, and so many families are combined now. So there's always been challenges, but you just have to find a solution and keep pushing through it, and the magic will happen. So we have a huge opportunity in front of us right now with inflation being so high because people are looking for extra income, and then us putting the 20%, PIB right up in the beginning too gives people real money fast, which I think is so important.
And also now with the TBB, they also added an additional 10% that you get off the BB on the extra order as well.
That's right.
You might make $40 on your 20% and another 10 on your TBB. So $50 for enrollment.
I know, it's incredible. And then plus we have the best before and after pictures. I mean, let's face it, Ozempic and semaglutide has really hurt the weight loss industry. Every single company, Herbalife's down 50%. All these companies are down because people want to take the easy way out. They'd rather give themselves a shot in the stomach and take things like that than do it right. But I really think that's going to backfire on so many people. So that has been a real challenge for a lot of the weight loss industry. It put Jenny Craig totally out of business. So, but you know what, people will come back because what they're finding is people are losing massive amounts of muscle mass, taking these products. And I had a girlfriend that went on it and she was in the hospital for 4 days with pancreatitis. So it's nothing to play with. It's much easier just to do the right thing and eat right and take our great shakes and our protein. And, we have so many things to offer.
You said integrity was one of our core values. And I remember back in the day, I had the calendar of the 12 core values. I remember when the ELT got together and decided we're going to create a list of our 12 core values. And I loved them. It was just, I feel like they just exemplified isagenix, and integrity was one of those. And after the year was over, I took my calendar and I cut it up and I made a collage with all the words. And
That was a fun. We spent 4 days in a room with Rod Hairston. That was a lot of fun.
Nice. So much fun. Kathy, how do you see the wellness industry evolving in the future? And what do you think isagenix can plan in shaping that evolution?
Well, everything is changing so rapidly with technology integration. I mean, all the wearables, the Aura rings, all the devices that you have, Biome, all those things are driven approaches to wellness, and it's giving people more access to what they need. I mean, if you're stressed out and you have the Aura ring, it will tell you you're stressed out, or if you have an Apple Watch, I mean, it's going to tell you different things that you would have never, ever known before. So I really believe that is going to make people have more awareness. Awareness is so important because then they know what to do. They know what they need to work on. So I think that is really, really important. And I also think all the new testing that is available to people right now, it's phenomenal, the testing that they had that we didn't have 5 years ago. I mean, just the one test, the gonorrhea test, is a test that detects 50 kinds of cancers before stage 1. I get it every year. I think I was the first one in Arizona to get it. And I truly believe everybody should have it over 50, just because it's important to know, it is, because if they catch something early, it's important. And then all the new genetic testing that they're having. I just took a new one, geometrics, and it was unbelievable. It showed all the toxins in my body. It showed me what vitamins I was deficient in. I wasn't deficient, luckily, in any, but it told me which vitamins I really liked. It was phenomenal. It told me the toxicity in my body, what to look out for. I mean, it's unbelievable. So that's going to make people even more aware that they need to cleanse, they need to detoxify. So all these things are important because people, if they don't, you're telling them, but if they see a test that says that you have, mercury in your body, or you have benzene is a real thing right now that's in the body. It's in the body. If you have mold is another thing. You're not, if they had that test, they're going to say, how do I get this out of my body? How do I cleanse and detoxify? And of course, we have the cleanse, and then our NAD product with the broccoli sprouts the broccoli sprouts are amazing for detoxifying the body. So everybody should be taking that. And then there's going to be a real focus on mental health because of the pandemic. So many people are struggling with mental health issues, and we have the best, the adaptogen elixir, all the products that we have that really help your mental health. I'll tell you what helps my mental health more than anything is the Bia. I call that my happy drink. I have one every single day, and boom, I'm in a great mood. And I think people are really switching to a holistic approach. I mean, they really are. They want to do it right, I really believe. And then, of course, personal wellness solutions are important, and we have it all: weight loss, energy, performance, beauty. I mean, we have the best products with the best before and after pictures. And when you realize that, you become unstoppable. But I'm just telling you that it is growing and growing and growing, the wellness industry. It's phenomenal what's happening right now.
And we have such an incredible opportunity here at isagenix because of that. Kathy, what were some of your most rewarding moments that you had while leading isagenix?
Oh, wow. There's so many. Well, I think, there's so many, just those people losing 100 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I remember Kim Olson, the first one, her losing 100 pounds. And I remember that one lady that lost like 400 pounds. I mean, just watching people regain their health. It's exhilarating watching that. I mean, what better can you do for someone? And then, of course, creating an extra income stream for families is so important. And then for me personally, watching people grow and develop and to becoming better people. And, that's something that this profession really develops. And then, of course, creating over 400 legacy members. And I'd say 80% of them are women. So I'm really empowering women. And then, of course, working with my son was a huge, huge highlight of my career.
I always remember you saying that you were going to be the company that was going to create more 6- and 7-figure earners than any other company.
Now they won't let me say that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It used to be fun. It used to
Right.
be fun.
Yeah, well, you did it. So, yeah, I think we now have about 440 legacy members. Crazy.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. How did you prioritize both your business growth and maintaining the integrity of the isagenix wellness products?
Well, I think it really comes down to the core of our products. Having the no compromise products is truly one of the keys to our success. I mean, it's undeniable. I mean, you see it every day. And that is the staple that just kept on giving and giving. And then, of course, what happens is people naturally want to share it. They want to share their results with people, or people notice, my gosh, you've lost weight, or your skin looks amazing. What are you doing? So it just goes hand in hand. It wasn't really prioritizing. It was just keeping the main thing, and that is consuming the products, sharing the products, and then to really define your business leaders. That's the most important thing. And I think, Bethany, so many people, they're so excited about the products, but they're afraid to talk about the business. But you cannot be afraid to talk about it because so many people want it right now. It's just finding the right language. How would you like to get your products paid for? All those little things. Of course, they would want to do that. That was the key to retention, as you remember. I mean, we had the highest retention rate for people that got paid. So, I think it really goes hand in hand, the wellness products and the business growth. It does. And it's undeniable, our products. They really are amazing.
And I love what you put together with the 1, 2, 3. I have a text and an email that I immediately send out to a new customer, with the video. Are you a 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, I know.
Be sure to get back to me because it really does. It takes the pressure off, and also it just lets them realize. And when people say that they're a 1, I said, that's perfect. That's exactly where I started. But what you'll find is people are going to notice the difference in you. And once they do, you can refer them to me and I can help you get your products paid for. So it's a great system we have with the PDC 1, 2, 3. As a matter of fact, just to make sure everybody's awake and listening, if you use PDC 1, 2, 3, let me know in the chat. That would be awesome. Kathy, what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs that are looking to make an impact in the wellness industry?
Well, I think they really need to understand what they have their hands on. I mean, there's a lot of professions you can go into, but let's face it, the wellness industry is one of the most positive industries out there, and it's proven, and it is growing. It's one of the industries that's absolutely growing. In 2018, it was 4.5 trillion and expected to hit 6 trillion by 2025. So if you want to be in a profession and industry that's growing, if the health and wellness is such a positive industry. It is, and it gives you so much, good feeling when you see the results people are having. It makes you feel phenomenal, and what better can you do than to help people with their health?
Yeah, very, very true. How did you approach building a strong company culture? I mean, we already touched on this a little bit, but with isagenix, and what do you believe were those key elements in the success of building that culture? Because, every company says, oh, we have the best culture, we have the best events, the most fun events, but I truly believe isagenix definitely has the best culture of any network marketing company.
I truly believe that. I think the culture starts at the top. It's what, the leaders, you in the field, are projecting to other people. That's the culture. It's the culture that comes from the company. It's so important. And I truly believe our culture is one of our best products. And people want, especially right now, to be surrounded by positive a positive influence. There's so much negativity out there in this world right now that they want to be surrounded with, excitement, positivity, growth, fun, and what better place? I mean, you could engulf yourself just in isagenix and the culture and get excited. And it goes back to our values too. And, family, integrity, you named a couple of them. And I've seen other companies. I was with other companies that, said they had good culture, just like you said, Bethany, but they didn't. It was this team against that one, this leader against that one. And so we wanted to create the one team philosophy that everybody would help everybody. And that's what I see with isagenix. I mean, you go into an event, somebody new sitting down, they say, oh, how are you? And I don't have anybody. I don't know who my sponsor is. And they bring people into their teams. Like, look at this. This is a really, really good example of a one team call. You're all in this together and we learn from each other. And I'm telling you, it is so important. And most companies don't have what we have. It's like them fighting against each other. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's, such a scarcity mindset too. Everybody needs help, and there's so many people that we can help. So I love that isagenix is not that way. I love that we all work together. And a big thank you to Sybil Imel for bringing us all together many years ago with Tribe Time. Thanks, Syb. So how are you planning on staying involved in the wellness industry since you've now retired from isagenix?
Well, my passion is research, and I get up every morning still like I did at 5:30, and I research. Health topics all the time, and I advise and mentor a lot of people on their health. I'm not a doctor, but I've had a lot of experience through my years, and so that is what I'm really, really passionate about, is helping other people achieve optimal health. And then I became an angel investor in a new startup called Pause AI, which will help women navigate the challenges of menopause, which is going to be launching here in the fall, which will be a simple AI app that will give women the support that they need, the resources they need, the community they need to get through that time of their life. That so many people, I had no help. I didn't know what to do. And the doctors just tell you to go, they don't give you any advice. So I think that's going to be a really fun project for me. And I'm involved in a couple other startups. I'm involved in, it's called Let's Trade, and it's going to be a new trading app that you'll be able to trade B2B and B2C products, businesses. So that's something we've been working very feverishly around. So we're staying busy for sure, but I miss being with isagenix. I'll tell you that. I miss all the people, and I stay in contact with a lot of them though. So it's been a lot of fun. So and with the Pause AI, I'm the community advisor in there, and I'll be, giving advice to a lot of the people in the community.
That sounds amazing. I can't wait to look that up. How can we all find that?
Well, it will come to fruition. It's a very nominal fee to be on the app, and right now, and that's gotten me really involved in AI. I've been researching and studying AI every morning. I'm taking classes on LinkedIn. It's phenomenal, and I encourage any of you to go to LinkedIn Learning and listen to some of their AI classes. It's phenomenal, some of the resources that were available. I'm also taking some classes by Kelly Roach. The Power Push is a phenomenal class I'm taking right now by her. She's the coach to a lot of CEOs, and they're really teaching you how to say, how to do your post to get results. They're teaching you all these great things, how to get referrals, how to build your business. So if you're interested in looking at that, I mean, it's a very nominal fee, and I would highly encourage it. The new one that I think is the best one she has, I've listened to several of them, it's called the Power Push. And if you're interested in taking a peek at it, she has free classes every morning at 9:00, and she gives some amazing tips that, I mean, I'm just taking pictures the whole time. But if you go to Facebook and put in the Virtual Business School, Kelly Roach, and you'll see all the things, and you can click on the Power Push, and you can be on her calls. She has a call every morning at 9:00 Pacific. It's only like 40 minutes, but she gives like today, she gives a whole bunch of tips on referrals. She gives tips on getting your customers to come back, what the text looks like, what this is. And, you probably have to modify it a tiny bit for isagenix, but they're really, really good. I mean, they are really good. It's $49 a month to be in this group. And it's what I've learned so far. I would have paid $500 a month. It's how good it is. And she has big programs too. But I mean, just to take a peek, you can go in free this week and look. I would highly encourage you to do it. And then she gives you all the scripts. She gives you all the text. She gives you everything.
Wow.
It's really good.
It sounds incredible. I love that you're always learning like that. I love, I didn't know that about you doing your research every morning. That's pretty cool. But I have bumped into Kathy at a couple of different Tony Robbins events, 2 different times. It's just awesome to see, the owner of my company at an event, learning while I'm there learning as well. It just goes to show how amazing you are, Kathy.
It's fun.
Oh, it is fun. Yes, it's fun learning and growing and being the best versions of ourselves, right? Post-pandemic,
Yes.
how would you be building things differently if you were in isagenix and working in the field and building a isagenix business?
Well, it's really basically the same modalities. I mean, LinkedIn is a really good resource for finding business owners if you're looking to promote our beauty products. You may be able to find some people that own spas because everybody's on LinkedIn. Is becoming more robust every single day. And, you meet new people through that. So that's one source that I think is important for people. Instagram, of course, is a great source, Facebook. And then I still believe in belly to belly. I mean, I think people are sick and tired of being behind the computer, and they want to get out and they want to socialize, especially it's summer right now. And so, getting into groups, I mean, building a new circle of influence by joining online groups or in-person events. Like myself personally, I'm in Lake Tahoe right now. I joined a ladies' social group, and I have met the most amazing women I have ever met in my life. And then everybody has an event at their house, and they get to talk about different things they do. So you just got to start looking for those types of things. It's just a great connecting event. So I think those things are important. And I think it's really important you need to know how to leverage social media through AI. It is so important because I'm telling you, Bethany, I'm helping a friend of mine launch his physical therapy business. And I went to this site and I put in, please give me a week's full of posts for a physical therapist and what she should say. And it printed out 5 pages of every post he should do, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all these things. It was mind-boggling because I don't know about you, but I get tired of thinking of what am I going to post. So there's so many different sites that will help you. ChatGPT 4 is the newest one, and it was created by OpenAI. And that you can download it on your phone, and you can do everything on that. You can say, please give me a post for Mother's Day. And then you put in a couple of words what you want, and it creates this beautiful language, the post, everything. You just download on your phone, boom, you send it out. And so that's ChatGPT 4. That's the one. You don't want ChatGPT. Everything's turning so fast right now. And then this one, I could not get off the computer for 2 days. Jim kept going, what are you doing? What are you doing? But it's called Designs, just like design with an S, Designs AI. And you will not even believe it. I do that one actually on my computer. So I was sending my granddaughter a birthday card. And I said, I wanted a picture of a little girl in a forest with a teddy bear walking through the forest. 2 seconds. It created the most beautiful visual image you've ever seen. And then I put in, I'm with you, even though I'm far away. I think about you every day. You're in my heart. And it wrote the most beautiful post for her. And then you can take that post and you can turn it into a video. That's how incredible it is. So check those two out. I'm not going to give you too many because it could be too overwhelming for you, but those two are phenomenal. So ChatGPT 4 and Designs AI, and you'll spend hours on that Designs AI. It's unbelievable. And then I did another post. I want a picture of my grandson playing golf with my son, and a beautiful post, how much I miss him and love him. It sent the cutest little picture of him putting on the golf course. I mean, I couldn't even believe it. It's just amazing. And so it will save you time. So I would encourage you all to just go on and play with it. I mean, I am not a computer expert and I can figure it out. Anybody can figure it out, but I've taken a few classes, Chris Winfield's classes on all these things of how to find, these different sites. And it's phenomenal. You can just go on 30 minutes. You have your post for the week and you've got your whole plan. And that could take you hours to come up with something new. So use those things. And then another one is Chat OpenAI, which will create a script for your post. There's so many things right now. So, I would spend a little time and just play around with those, and you'll get some new ideas. It gives you ideas. And remember, I was a little afraid of AI in the beginning, but after taking these classes, I'm not afraid of it at all. It's redirect it. Redirect what to say. And then that gives you back, and then you can edit and make it you. So it's just another resource that's going to save you a lot of time. So I encourage you to do that.
Thank you for sharing all of that. How many of you are using AI? Let us know in the chat. And big thanks to Mary Ellen for putting the ChatGPT 4 and Designs AI in the chat as well. So if you guys want to go back and look at that, those are the two that Kathy had talked most about, and I'm excited. I did not upgrade yet to the 4, so that's very interesting. What is the difference between just ChatGPT and then the 4?
Well, because the ChatGPT is everything's there. The design, you can download it. The scripts are there. It's all in one. It's just another advanced system. It's okay. You got to take a look at it. You really
the Design AI. I'm very excited to look at that as well.
Yeah, it can be addictive.
We're going to go back towards when you were building.
Yes.
What is one of the best ways that you like to ask for referrals, or your favorite way that you ask for referrals?
Well, when you have a happy customer, it's that's your opportunity, and you build relationships with your customers. And I think it's really important to build that relationship. That's why I created that new associate interview. So you build that relationship. You don't just sign them up and then go sign another person. You try to build relationships, and not everybody's going to want to do it. It's an 80-20 rule. 80% will just be a customer, 20% will do it. So you want to find the ones that are open. And it's really simply just saying, there's many ways to say, I'm expanding my business, in a couple of different states. Do you know anybody in these states? I'm expanding my business. Do you know anybody that's looking to improve their health? Do you know anybody that's wanting to create an additional income stream? I always like that one because it's business oriented. I was always business when I was building before, because I really never had any great products like you're so lucky to have. But I'll tell you one that Kelly Roach just gave this morning. In fact, I'll text it to you and you can put it in there. Let's see if I can find it here.
We're getting real life examples from Kelly Roach.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Just to make sure I got the right book a consult. She has how to book a consultation, offer to past client. Okay, here's one. This is a really good one. I'm going to send them both to you so you can post them in this. This one's not coming up very good. Let me get it out of my phone instead. Let's see. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I apologize. I just can't get it. Well, I'll get it. But basically, it was something like this. Hi, I'm so excited for your incredible results that you're having with the products. And my mission is to help other people just like you. And then you put get to the target weight, to have beautiful skin, to have more energy, all those things, the benefits. And you're such an incredible client. I mean, tell him, you're one of my best clients. And I'm looking for some other people just like you that would like to have results just like you. Do you know anybody? I can send you all these things that she does, and you can just make them you know. But that's what she sends to people. She has the text, she sends the people, and she does that. And then she goes back to her old customers too and tells them, let's say if they've dropped off, because that happens, and we all know it. And so she gave some really good examples for that too, like this one. I miss having you in our community. We'd love to have you back on as one of my clients. It seems you have gotten some great results during our time together. I'm putting together a special offer for you. I'm going to coach you and mentor you and help you get to the next level. Are you interested in working with me again? I mean, because look at how much time do you spend getting your customers?
Right.
I mean, a lot of time, and they drop off for some reason. Like I just saw a girlfriend of mine that had been our collagen for 2 years. And I said to her, I said, you still taking the collagen? She said, no, I stopped. I said, why did you stop? I mean, she said, I don't know. I just forgot about it. But see, it was a reminder. She said, I'm going to go order it right now again. And I could see all the wrinkles coming back on her face again. That's why I asked her. She was still.
Yeah, you're like, are you still taking that collagen?
People get busy and they forget, so, having a little simple post, and I'll send these to you, but we can make them better because she's more on, she's not more on product. She's more on business things, but it's just an example, and you could post them in there and you could take a look at them.
Okay.
She's giving these on this call. So she'll have one Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the power push calls, and you can listen in, and she focuses on one topic and just drills it down so you can see if you like her, because you want to work with somebody that you enjoy. I can't wait to be on her call at 9 o'clock. I rush home from the gym just to be on her call.
Sounds amazing. Sounds awesome. Thank you for sharing all of that with us. I want to go back to somebody posted in the chat. I don't see it anymore, but they were asking what our 12 core values were with isagenix, and I don't know if they've changed these, but I looked them up and I found them on ISA FYI. So I just thought I would share them with all of you. Health, freedom, innovation, integrity, contribution, gratitude, goal-driven, purpose, transformation, leadership development, fun, and family. I love it. So I'll share that in the Tribe Time thread as well for all of you. And I just think that that's amazing because it really is. That's isagenix. That is our company. So I will put that in there. Thank you, Kathy. Just for all of your advice and everything that you shared. I am through with my questions. So if I could just maybe ask you a couple of personal things, like for example, I know that you were the #1 leader or earner in 3 different network marketing companies. Am I correct?
Yes.
And people always say, what companies were they?
Okay, that's a good question.
People just love to know that.
my first one was called Prime Quest, and it was based out of Monterey, California. And we had a product like Ionix. It was called Prime One. And then we had shakes and things like that. So that was my first one, my first venture into network marketing. And then they sold that company. And then I didn't go with the next company because I had integrity issues with them. And I started another one called the Tax People. And I think I see Aaron Hairston on here. I think he was in that too. And I love Google Gemini too, Aaron. That's a really good one. There's so many good ones. But I was in the Tax People, and I was the #1 female in that company. And then I went into a travel program, but September 11th hit, and it's hard to talk about travel, let me tell you. So then I retired, and then John Anderson contacted us. So those are my 3 big ones. My biggest run was the Tax People, though. It was really incredible.
Awesome. I know that Jim really encouraged you to go into network marketing. With that first company, how did that happen? Like, did you meet somebody and?
No.
Actually, what happened is Jim started the company with one of his partners. He was not an owner or anything. He was executive vice president. And, he kept saying, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? I know you want to get out of being a dental hygienist. And
So I started on the Prime One product, and I was exhausted after having a baby, that just gave me my energy back, my mojo back, and I thought, I could do this. And so then I started building, and because I built so fast, Jim retired from that company just because he felt there would be a conflict of interest and because of me being the top income earner. So he resigned, and I retired him because of the success I had with that company. So that's how it started.
Okay. That's amazing. Okay. So really it was Jim that brought you in.
Yeah, Jim brought me in. I was the front line to the company. No support, no systems, no training, no anything. Just paper applications. Barely had the internet. I mean, oh my God. Fax on demand.
I remember you talking way back about how you used to run ads.
Yes.
Like in newspapers. And I remember I had some of them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I had some of the little clips and would see, how can I use these? Kathy's so successful. How can I do this? Yeah.
I know that you could do that, but they don't work anymore.
Yeah, no.
But I used to do, USA Today and Success Magazine and things.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Eric and when he joined isagenix. How did you? I think it was a little bit of convincing, wasn't it?
Well, how did he what? I couldn't hear you.
How did you get Eric to join?
Okay.
Wasn't it a bit of convincing?
Well, when he was in college, he went to ASU, and he wanted to be a professional golfer. And Jim told him, look, you're going to have to find a sponsor because we're not going to be your sponsor. And so you better start, building a business with isagenix, because because someday you may want to come into the company, and you can't come into the company unless you know what it's like to be in the field. And so he did. He built a business, in college. I went and did presentations at ASU for all the kids. And, so that's how he started. And then he did turn pro, and then he just decided it was a lonely world. And he called us and said, is the offer still up? Can I still come in? And he said, I want to start at the bottom. I don't want anything. Any benefits, anything. I want to start at the bottom, as bottom as you can get. So he did. He started at the bottom as a sales manager, and he worked himself up. And, he became quite an influential leader, and he's an amazing human being right now. I mean, he's doing right now, he has a golf institute, and he has about 1,600 clients worldwide, but I think it's just a placeholder right now until we have a new granddaughter. Her name is Figgy. She's so beautiful. And so when the kids get a little older, I think Pete and him will probably do something together, because they're both really a very powerful force.
Yes, they are. So this is grandbaby number 3.
Yeah, grandbaby. I have 3 grandchildren.
Okay. And so how old are they, and what are their names?
We have Soul is 7, and Pax is 5, and Figgy is 6 months. Yeah.
And are they living in Australia?
Yes, they live in Perth. They were living, here, but after COVID hit, they felt safer there. And with all the craziness in the world, where they live, they don't have to worry. Their kids go ride their bikes around. They don't have to worry about them being kidnapped. And so it's hard for us, but I just went over there. I was there about a month. They're coming here for 2 months. So we get to see each other. We FaceTime and Zoom 3 times a week. So I think someday they will come back.
Good.
If the U.S. ever gets its act together.
Yeah, right. Prayers for that.
I know. You can't blame them.
And well, I'm so happy that Eric is doing so well, because he was, I don't know if you know this, but he was such a big help in my build in the beginning. I remember the very first ISA Derby. I was on the phone with Eric, multiple times throughout the week, asking him, Eric, what can I do here? What can I do there? And he was just always so great and such a big help. So he was like my brother that I've never had. I have 3 sisters. So I just adore your son.
Yeah, he's something.
Yeah.
He is.
So what is it like now? I know you've got all these projects and things that you're doing, but what is it like to be officially retired? Since Because for those of you that don't know, Kathy was retired and came out of retirement to start isagenix for us.
Well, it was challenging in the beginning because I'm such a producer, but I'm getting used to it. I mean, I'm just educating myself, learning new things, and that's been a real blessing. I'm playing golf. I'm taking up golf. I had a really, really, really bad hip injury last year. I had tore the ligaments in my labrum. I couldn't walk. So I'm actually going to play tennis tomorrow for the first time in a year. So I'm doing really, really well. It's all mended and everything. There's a lot of help. I just want to keep making a difference in people's lives. That's my goal, to help anybody in any way I can.
I love it. Well, as Dr. Lindsay just said, good luck getting back to tennis. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
Hi, Lindsay. I didn't see you there.
So good. And tell us, go ahead.
Somebody asked a question up on the chat. I saw it. Was it the power push?
Oh,
And it is the power push. You're right. That's the power push. It's free. So go on it.
yes, absolutely. Yes. And Cindy says, you can make a difference for all of us. Amy is asking, what is your favorite product from isagenix?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'd say if I had to pick one, that's tough. Collagen,
Okay.
probably. Collagen, Isopro, and Bia. Sleep spray. I don't know what I do without the sleep spray.
Yeah, those are some of my top ones as well.
I know. I'm liking the new joint formula too.
Oh, good. Feeling good. And that'll help your tennis for sure.
Yeah.
Tell us about Jim. How's Jim doing?
He's doing great. He had some heart challenges a year and a half ago. He had open heart surgery. He had to have a valve replacement, but he's doing phenomenal. He's out playing golf. He's just doing great.
Good. I'm so happy to hear that. Awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, please send our love to Jim and Eric from all of us.
I will.
If we could just snap a quick photo. I'm going to go back on gallery here. For those of you that don't have your videos on, if you want to turn your videos on, and I'll do a couple screenshots. So just give me a moment. Actually, I'm going to have to do multiple because there's a lot of people on this call today. So everybody, let's do a 1, 2, 3 and a big old smile. And now I'm going to do one more. So bear with me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile again, everybody. And 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the rest are all videos. So we're good to go.
And thank you for hosting, Bethany. Thank you for all you do. Everybody appreciates it.
Thank you so much.
Takes a lot to put. She had a lot of questions, and we worked on it this morning. And
I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your time, and thank you for working with me on all that.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. Love you so much. Mwah. Everybody give some love.
Okay. Love you guys. Okay.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Fantastic.
Thank you,
Kathy.
Awesome
call.
Thank you.
Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you always.
Thank you. So good. Kathy.